All right, going live, going live. One, two, three, four. Oh, we're already live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. I'm still getting over a cold, if you guys can't tell, but it's Shuumatsu no Valkyrie time, also known as Record of Ragnarok. Somehow, I missed the drop of Chapter 88. I honestly did. I saw Chapter 89 drop and went, oh, yeah, I'm going to get to that this week. Absolutely, absolutely. And that happened this week as far as I'm aware, but I totally missed Chapter 88. So I thought about doing multiple streams and stuff, but honestly, May is sort of doing what it does. So, and 2024 is doing what it's been doing. So, we're just going to combine the two chapters. We're going to combine the two chapters. We're going to react to them. We're going to give about 3-4 minutes for people to jump into the stream because it's this semi sort of last minute. I just want to clear this one off my conscience and move forward. So, yeah, but outside of that, how's everybody doing before we jump into 88? As I said, we'll read 88 and 89. Apparently, 89 is not great. I've heard that 89 is not great. So, we're going to have to wait and see about that one. But yeah. Silver Lugia is in here and says, hey man, how you doing? Yeah, so going forward, so yeah, we're going to read chapter 88 and 89. Apparently 89 is worth dropping the whole series over. I don't... it would have to be a pretty abysmal chapter. So far, this fight has been so far pretty good since the end of chapter 87. So, granted, I haven't read 88 yet, which is why we're here. But yeah, apparently 89 is pretty abysmal from what I've understood. So, yeah, definitely gonna be checking that out. As to why that would be. So I'm going to go in there with a skeptical mind, but also an open mind, right? Because other people's opinions versus my opinion might be completely different, right? I've noticed that a lot lately. Not so much with the One Piece mangas, but with the One Piece manga, but more so with Kengan. I notice a lot of people fight me on my Kengan opinions, and honestly, I just don't get why. Like, I just don't see it. Their evidence is so weak. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? It's all headcanon shit. So, but yeah, Joseph's in here and says, "Sup, Griever? How you doing, Joseph? How you doing?" Silver says, "Doing good. You? I mean, doing as well as I can be. As I said, still getting over a cold. I was bedridden for 2 days." It's a pain in my ass because I got a bunch of shit to do, and now, still haven't gotten to about half of it. So, and 2024 is still not my year, but we'll see. But outside of that, everything else is fine. I'm on the mend from that cold. So yeah. Yeah, everything's good in that regard. But without further ado, as I said, where we have a double chapter, I definitely don't want this to go like over 2 hours or anything like that. So depending on how, this is sort of why I also did this last minute rather than schedule it, because less chat involvement. And Record of Ragnarok has steadily been going downhill in fan appreciation and fans giving a shit, pretty much. It's definitely lost a lot of popularity. And I understand why. It's lost a lot of traction for me as well. But, yeah. So, but without further ado, let's jump into chapter 88 here. So let's see. Chapter 88. Starting off on page 1. The primordial gods are... And we see... Oh, damn. Chapter 88, the primordial gods. Okay, so we're seeing sort of a very, this is very horror-esque version of the gods, very elevated up sort of idea. Cool shot, honestly. Gods born from the chaos of the beginning. So I guess they're basically going to say the first gods, if you will, in a way. They are the very origin of the universe, progenitors of everything. They once ruled over the entire cosmos. I mean, fair enough. So yeah, the ones basically that everything started with these guys. These were the first beings with conscious thought, or of any substance or matter in that sense. And yet, primordial gods' strength proved too strong even for themselves to bear. I want to see them cracking down, leading to their own self-destruction. Interesting. And thus they return to the chaos of the beginning, according to the Valhalla theology. Okay. Well, that's... See, I find that really cool because how they're going to incorporate that, like, as we know, because there's... This is a fictitious, obviously, version of events, but I've always wondered how they're going to decide who's the real creator, who's the first god, you know what I mean? Like, we have this council, sure, like, I lead this pantheon, I lead that pantheon, but who isn't, you know what I mean? Like, so this is interesting, and, oh, we're back with Odin. Let's go, up against Beelzebub and Buddha. Let's go. Odin's pissed. Forgot about this. Let's go. So they're looking on the primordial gods revival. That's what Buddha's talking about. And then the ravens. What are you spouting? Our key and the primordial gods are just legend, right? How delusional to think that's Lord Odin's goal. And the white raven. Sure, there are those old gods who call themselves primordial, but if the actual primordial gods existed, Valhalla, Helheim, even the human world, it'd all be annihilated. Ragnarok, anybody? Okay. And Odin is just still as a statue, 100% silent in this. So they say they're sort of contradicting themselves right away, saying that Archaea and the primordial gods are just a legend. However, the white raven immediately said, sure, they did exist. There were the old, like, the gods from the beginning who did call themselves primordial, but, you know, they're long gone sort of idea. So there's sort of, the two ravens are sort of contradictory in that regard. That might be a translation thing, but yeah. So Beelzebub continues saying, to the gods, the primordial gods are merely a myth. So it's sort of like Titans over God. You know what I mean? It's sort of like the Titans were first. What people in the Greek mythology considered Titans were actually the first or the primordial gods of the Greek pantheon, right? It's not Zeus and Poseidon and Hades. They're the children. The Titans are the real first gods. Uranus, Gaia, you know, Kronos, all them, right? So they're the first gods. They're called Titans after the fact, but they're the real creators, right? So we're sort of going on that idea here with the primordial gods are merely a myth. I too believed as such, says Beelzebub. That is until I discovered that forbidden book. Forbidden book, yells the raven. In my search for Satan, I scoured the libraries of Helheim. By sheer coincidence, I encountered it deep in the stacks. And if this is the case, then we know Hades knows about it. The Book of Golnir. A book transcribing how to revive a primordial god. In short, the primordial god, and the ravens are shocked, even Buddha's shocked. In short, the primordial gods clearly did exist once, as does the one who knew the method of the revival, as well as the one who deemed it forbidden. So let's see. So the gods existed, of course, and the one who actually knows how to revive them, because somebody obviously knew about it, wrote the book. And somebody also deemed it forbidden. And wouldn't that have been Odin himself? So why would his goal be to revive them then? Okay. Alright. And the ravens are sweating bullets. Just who in their right mind would write? So maybe it wasn't Odin who wrote it. It was either Odin or Hades. Unfortunately, the book had mostly rotted away. Beelzebub continues. The majority of sections were indecipherable. However, I managed to find one paragraph. At the moment, I love the well, it's Nordic, but looks like dwarvish sort of idea. At the moment the water of life is absorbed by the world tree. Yggdrasil, alright. And Odin offers up his body with both eyes. Wait, with both eyes. The world will return once more to its origins. Wait a minute. At the moment the water of life. Okay, the water of life. What would that be? The water of life. Interesting. Okay, is absorbed by the world tree. Okay, Yggdrasil. And Odin offers up his body with both eyes, but he only has one of his eyes. He gave up one of his eyes. So he's got to retrieve his eye. Who has his eye? In this telling, I mean. Obviously, he gave up his eye for wisdom and all that stuff. But who gave up? Okay. The world will return to its origins. Let's go. So, Buddha's just shocked, as the ravens are even more shocked. It had been so long since I read that, says Beelzebub. Thus, it took me a bit longer to make the connection. Well, for it to be describing the revival of the primordial gods may be my own delusion, but for your name to be written, the one written in that forbidden book, that must be the true nature of a deep desire of yours, is it not? Or perhaps he wants his eye back. Maybe he's not actually seeking the primordial god's retrieval, but Ragnarok will allow him to do part of what this book is telling. He won't give up his body and eyes. He'll retrieve his eye and take over. Come now. Tell me, Odin. Alright, so now Odin actually reacts. And is he starting to laugh? He smirks. Teeth showing. Kiss, 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 kiss. So let's see. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Oh shit, this is going to be dangerous. Is that all you two can say? Where am I? A birdhouse for fledgling chicks. Oh my god, he is laughing his ass off. And he's just going nuts. Good art panel, though. I am the Lord of Madness. I am the Lord of Rage. Oh, Zora. You pair of fools. Oh, he's done laughing. Oh, shit. Be gone. Oh, the art, the trail and stuff, the way it's like painter-esque on manga panel just looks sick. And he raises the spear and... Wait, what? He's about to swipe down and something stops him. We see lightning. Lightning strike down. The man! The only man, because the community does not respect the Lu Bu. The man who does shows up. Just what are you doing? We haven't actually seen an interaction between Odin and Thor. Thor has actually come. And he steps with lightning. The Thor! Norse. There he is. There's the man. He's got his gauntlets back. Mjolnir is back in its cage. And he's just looking sexy. Lord Thor! He walks forward. In charge. Oh, he's saying, what are you doing to Beelzebub and Buddha? He's going to stop them from being killed. He's like, he's going to save their life from Odin. And Buddha's shocked. Once again, people underestimated Thor. And to this day, I'm still saying that Lubu takes more than probably half the rounds, wins them. Thor is just way higher than people gave him credit for. I think he's stronger than Poseidon. I always thought he was stronger than, he's stronger than a lot of the gods. He's stronger than Shiva. Thor is honestly one of the most powerful gods. His backstory alone told us that, you know? Buddha's shocked. Beelzebub seems beside himself. And let's see, Odin. Thor, out of my way. Oh, shit. And Thor is not smiling, but not frowning. And Thor just stands there in the middle. And when silent Buddha, actually, let's see. Hey, Thory! Alright, Buddha trying to do his thing. Alright, let's go. Okay, so maybe 89 is bad, but 88 so far has been pretty awesome. Like, the confrontation, once again, some of the best chapters are in the in-between rounds. The interactions between a lot of these characters are some of the funnest. Hey, Thory. Did you come here as Din-Din's backup? I'm here for nobody. But I do have one thing to say. For all the brave warriors who gave their everything on that battlefield, if anyone were to befoul their valor and glory, oh, he's thinking of all the ones who died. There's Heracles, there's Adam, there's Sasuke, and Lubu's back as the forefront. There's Raiden, there's Tesla. Funnily enough, and of course there's Hades and stuff. So we get all the shots, of course, because he's a warrior. No matter who they are, I will not forgive it. Okay, so now he's saying, yeah, Thor's stepping in saying, for all of those who fought, that battlefield is sacred. He's all about the honor and glory of the battle. If any of you are going to befoul what transpired, all our determination, all our hard work in that arena, he's a gladiator first and foremost. No matter who they are, I will not forgive it. So Thor's like, come at me. I am Thor, Odin's son. Let's go. So it gives them all pause. Until this fateful Ragnarok is over, all matters of life and death are confined to the arena. That is the respect we must show to the fallen warriors as fellow warriors ourselves. Thor dropping in after 80 fucking chapters to say, did you all forget I'm the motherfucking goat? Let's go. This guy is coming in going like, you all shit on round one. Did you forget that I am still one of the best? Like, I love this. I love Thor coming in being like, all you round one naysayers, go fuck yourselves, because Thor is still the guy. Round one was still one of the best rounds. And this guy comes in and just says, like, look, I don't give a fuck who's plotting what, but all this shit can go down after Ragnarok is over. Otherwise, all of us fought and died for nothing. And I will not tolerate that shit. So all of you with your plots and your ploys, vamos! You know, let's go. So Buddha says, wow, I never knew it, but Thor, you're a surprisingly hot-headed guy, huh? Okie dokie, all good by me. Alright, so Buddha's immediately... Well, I mean, I think Buddha's going to be the only one to say, like, Beelzebub, Thor just saved our fucking lives because we were about to die. So Buddha's saving face, and Thor is actually pointing his hammer at Odin. Father, do you agree? Granted, Odin was the one to tell Beelzebub, don't fuck with Ragnarok. I'm seeing this shit through. So he doesn't want to fuck with either. And that even the Ravens are like, until Ragnarok is over, fine. And he goes off. Yeah. So, yeah, because Odin did tell Beelzebub, fuck with Ragnarok. So this goes along with Odin's plan. So it's fine. So he walks away and... Beelzebub, are you fucking stupid? You goddamn emo motherfucker pretending to be Mayuri, then pretending to be three-dimensional, having more pages than anyone else and still being a 2D character at best. Shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down. I haven't even read what he said yet. I just know that this dumbass Buddha's like, yep, Thor just saved our hides. Let's take the money and run. And Odin's like, fine. It's what I feel like anyways. Everything's all good. Beelzebub, you're poking the goddamn bear, and the bear will eat you. Let's see. How dare you? What do you mean, how dare you? What? This conversation is not over. And stop pointing Hades' power stick at people. Would you stop? Half your power comes from the fact that Hades died and gave you the damn thing. So shut the fuck up and sit down. This conversation is not over yet. Oh, it's fucking over. I will get my answers if I have to force them out. Why do you care? So all of a sudden, all you cared about was torturing poor Zero Fuku. You fucking asshole. Fuck you. Fuck you. Beelzebub. You took an innocent little child and turned him into a goddamn monster. In fact, Buddha, why are you not kicking the shit out of this motherfucker? Why are you about Zero Fuku suffered and died because you're a fucking dick? You know, why the fuck is he even on Beelzebub's, like, all my hatred for Beelzebub come to the surface right now. What answers? And why do you care now? All you cared about is, oh, I'm so emo. I need to die because I'm bipolar. Fuck off. You goddamn piece of shit. God damn it. No, Beelzebub, sit the fuck down, man. You'll force them out? Good luck. Thor's going to kick your ass. Buddha's going to kick your ass. Odin's just going to straight up kill you in one shot. Stop. Oh, someone from behind. What? Huh? Having a scrap, bud bro? Oh, shit. Wait, who do we have here? We have two people. Oh, Adamus. I assume that, yeah, that's got to be Adamus. Adamus is here. And Kintoki. He's here. In front of Odin. Oh, shit. Let's see. Beelzebub still on his... Would you sit the fuck down? Do not interfere, Adamus. If you get in my way, I will erase you. Do you mean to belittle the dignity of the gods that Hades exuded? Oh, shit. It's like... Hades kicked you up and down Helheim. He gave you half your shit to live. He gave you your power. He gave you... God damn it, Beelzebub. Sit the fuck down. Adamus is here. Do you mean to belittle the dignity of the gods? That Hades... Oh, yeah. He's like, you're going to disrespect Hades' memory, motherfucker? The dude who, once again, should have lived. Fuck the Chinese emperor. And his stupid Naruto bubbles. Those are the same words that you said to me. That's true. True. You're always as cool as ice. Lord Beelzebub, king of the gloomy fucks. I love it. I didn't even say it. That's literally here in the... I'm wondering if it's one of the translators who's on my side who's like, Beelzebub, shut the fuck up and sit down. Did he just break the skull? Oh, no, he didn't, but he's crushing it down. Don't start acting so pathetic, you dumb fuck. Alright, so he calmed him down. And Odin and Thor leave. Yo, Kin-chan! Yeesh, as always, you can never stand still. And Odin is walking back. Kentoki and him glaring at each other. Nice save. Huh? What do you mean? Is that big grandpa who mean mugged me someone scary? That was Odin. He probably hates you because I told him you were poking around in Tartarus. Why would you tell him that? Yeah, okay. So now the comedy's back. Why would you tell him I was... What are you doing? Well, whatever. But damn, I am tired from all that. Huh? Why? What happened? After going all that way, the demon guard still said, nah. No direct contact with prisoners, no exceptions. So he did make it to Tartarus. That's so, huh? Man, I just want to meet Siggy more and more. He wants to see Siegfried. Huh? Were you listening? No exceptions. None. Let's have some candy and chat about it some more. More candy? Man, you're a fiend. You're going to get cavities. I make sure to brush. Alrighty, belly boy. Hasta la vista. Buddha, do you not despise me? Despise? Please. We're finally getting the reveal. Buddha. We're finally... Alright, if Buddha didn't know, at least... Alright, I needed this. At least it's going to be confirmed. And I know Buddha's going to be like, I'm the bigger man, but fuck off and punch him just once. Just be like, you know, you must know, the one who planted the seed of Hajun in Zerofuku was me. It's out in the open. Oi, Beelzebub, you must despise me enough to tear me limb from limb. Do you not? And Buddha. Alright, yeah, you know he's just going to laugh it off or some shit. But please, Buddha, show me some level of you actually do want to kill him. Oh yeah, that whole thing. He's right in front of him. Oh boy. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. And he pulls out... He pulls out the sword, the handle of the sword. Let's go. And he's looking dire. Is he actually going to smack him? Beelzebub looking down like he deserves it, because he fucking does. And Kentoki, Adamus both look on. And smacks him right on the... Yeah, I knew it would be like he's just going to hit him. He's not going to actually kill him. But at least he did hit him. Punch right down to the head. The thing is, this was entrusted to me by him, eh? Lil Zerofuku, he taught me that. You can't escape hatred welling up inside your heart. But if I give my body over to that hatred, I'd be betraying him. Once again, he's got to be the bigger man. I promised them that we'd walk the path of light together. And so, that's why I don't hate you. And Buddha looks at it's better this way, right, little Zero? Once again, people who say that Zerofuku doesn't have the second best backstory and is one of the most tragic characters in the series is fucking wrong. It goes Jack the Ripper, Zerofuku, everybody else. Nobody has a sadder backstory. No one's more misunderstood. Zerofuku is one of the best written characters in the goddamn series. And once again, we're showcasing it right here. It's like, Buddha should kill him. But because of the actions in the ring, though I hate it too, he's like, I can't do that. Zerofuku's now free. Hatred only led him to becoming, you know, the demon version of himself with the 7 deadly sin beads and shit. He's like, yeah, no, I can't do that. I need to be Zero. You know, Zero deserves me to forgive, you know. Let's see, So Beelzebub says with this, "You truly are the most bothersome fellow." So he turns and walks away. That said, if you ever have the inclination, do come kill me. Perhaps you will be the one. Buddha says, let's not find out. Once again, Odin was about to erase you from existence. See, that's my problem with this whole thing. Beelzebub actually wanted to die. Why didn't he go straight up to Odin and say, fucking murder me? You think that Odin can't murder this guy? What? Of course he can. He was about to. This whole Beelzebub can't die and he's looking for a way to die and nobody can kill him bullshit is like, you literally, it's one of those things sort of like Kaido in One Piece didn't just go drown himself. It's like, because once again, people have made this dumb assumption because he jumps off Sky Island because he was bored. He's not suicidal. That's the thing. People read into something that did not exist. Kaido in One Piece was never suicidal. There's a theory with very blatant evidence against that he could just jump in the ocean and drown himself if he actually wanted to die. So he chooses not to do so. So he's not suicidal. He doesn't want to die because there's an obvious answer. Beelzebub is the actual epitome of a guy who literally says in the manga, I want to die, and doesn't go. I never saw him go to Zeus. Never seen him go to Odin. Never said, hey, Thor, try that hammer out on my ass. He did go to Hades, and Hades kicked the literal shit out of him. So, he tried with one of the gods that could kill him. So yeah, this whole he can't die bullshit. So yeah, let's continue the chapter. By the way, you said you don't hate him, but then you went and socked him once. What's up with that? My bad. That was my puberty acting up. Ha ha ha, acting up. What are you, fearless? No, Buddha could probably kick his ass. Nothing can bother this guy, says Kentoki. And let's see. Oh, we're jumping back to the fight this very chapter. This is a long chapter. Not that I'm complaining. At the same time, in the Valhalla arena, the spectators were engulfed in a bizarre silence. Oh, they're continuing. Oh, so they're actually fighting because remember, last time he was in a stance and everyone was like, oh shit, let's go. So let's see. Okita and Susanoo and boom, boom. The swords are clashing. Shiva's actually got his arms back and he's watching along with Aphrodite. And boom, we're seeing things being cut. Jack is watching. Brunhilde is watching. And they're just ching, 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 ching. And they're fighting. Right close quarters with each other. Cool. Alright. Ching and boom. And of course the slashes themselves are doing damage. Just the air pressure. Okita bounces off one of the buildings to strike forward with a thrust. Goes down. Susanoo dodges. And up. Dragon Tail Sword. Rubicon. And goes forward to try to attack him. And Susanoo comes down with a raging slash. Managing to stop it. And Okita was actually finally hit. Oh, but so was Susanoo. Susanoo took a small hit to his torso area, right below his torso. And Okita took a slight slash on his face. And some onlooker dude is going, oh, and the whole crowd is just cheering like, holy shit, this sword fight is awesome, motherfuckers, let's go. And I don't understand what I just saw, but I know it was something incredible. What an amazing clash of blades. These two, they're both too amazing. This is a death match between the sword god and the demon child. And Okita is no longer smiling. And now we have Heimdall. Okita, whose speed reaches that of the gods, has had each of his strikes overwhelmingly stifled by the Shinra Yayarozo of Susanoo. And yet Okita still manages a reflexive counterattack. However, Susanoo again evades this and counterattacks himself. This is it. A clash between the strongest God Slayer and the strongest Man Slayer. This is the bloody peak of sword versus sword. And Ares is literally turned to stone in just amazement. Hermes is there. They can't lose focus for even an instant. Brother Ares got so surprised he seems to have lost his very soul. And Zeus has actually flexed up and been like, swords are fine and all, but I prefer fists. And we see, alright, Anubis chomping at the bit. A lot of people hate Anubis's design. I actually like the design. I've got no actual qualms with the design. Oh man, this is great. This is so great. I knew I shouldn't have let him take my turn. That human's insatiable. It's wafting all the way over here. He's irresistible. This scent really is the best. The sweet, thick scent of death. Let's see. Oh, the real swordsmen are there. There's Miyosho. He's matching him blow for blow. So this is Shinra Yayarozo. Truly a most frightening stance. Sasuke. From where I look at it, it really is everything. Susanoo has taken every sword technique humanity has ever created and mastered them all in its entirety. And I dare say he's even reached beyond every one of those styles. Rather than a sword god, he's more of a sword otaku, huh? It's unbearable. Well now, how to win against such a monster? Show it to us. Strongest of the Bakumatsu, Okita Soji. That Ryubikin just now was magnificent swordplay. 'Twas beautiful. And yet your counterattack felt like both my arms would be sliced off. I have to say I'm beat. But Okita's smiling. This is crazy fun. Soji's having fun, says the members of the Shinsengumi. Even though a moment's distraction spells instant death. At this point, there's no reason to fear death. Every day was a battlefield, and death was at our side at all times. To we, the Shinsengumi, a fight to the death is just another day. Again you smile. That is why you were first division captain of the Shinsengumi, Okita Soji. Quite so. Against the unlimited stance of the sword god Shinra Yayarozo. The stance that the smiling demon child took was... Oh, the no stance. Yeah, what is that called? You use it in Kenshin. It's got an actual Japanese name. It's a very dangerous stance, but it's the zero stance. It's no stance. You take no form. So you can ideally catch your opponent unawares when they strike. No stance. What? He threw away his whole form? Surely he hasn't given up. That's Yagu Shinkake Rui's formless stance, no? No. It looks similar, but not quite. I doubt it's a stance he learned from someone else. To survive the hellscape that was the Bakumatsu, constantly submerged in death matches, his body just naturally developed such a style, is what I'd have to guess. Naturally? Ah. Oh, terrific, I'm heating up. Yeah, so this stance that Susanoo has taken is the mastery of all known sword styles and known schools of sword. But Okita developed this style naturally, being a member of the Shinsengumi in a living life or death every day as a battlefield. It's not a formless style. It's just that the style has no proper teaching. So I would argue that when they say like he's taken every sword style that humanity have to offer, I'm thinking he's talking official schools of teaching. Things that have a name. Okita's swordsmanship has no name. It's unique to him. So it's not incorporated. I'm heating up. Same here. Time to go. He's no longer smiling in that smoking demon eye. Let's go. The air around him has changed. This piercing sword pressure. Oh, he's moving. He's got the footwork. Moving. Swift. Huh? Susanoo, shocked, notices something. Both eyes open. Slam. And oh, I can't see the start. Huh? And he's actually shaking. And then he blocked it though. He dodges it. Okita comes in again. Okita surpasses that god in just one thing. And that is the number of times he skirted death. Oh, damn. So, boom. Oh, He used the pummel this time. He used the pummel to attack one of his sword hands. Huh? So this is Okita Sojiri's sword. He hit the pummel and then and strike. He drew first blood. He drew first blood. At the end of chapter 88, I'm sorry I missed this chapter. I really am. This chapter is goddamn good. 88 was fucking fire. That deserved its own stream. I'm upset by that. I'll make it the thumbnail, of course. I'll make it the thumbnail. 89 cannot be this bad. But that was 88. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to catch up with the chat. Then we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to jump into 89. Damn, I did not expect that chapter to be so damn good. I don't know how I missed the notification drop for 88. I apologize again. But let's catch up. It's all Joseph here because Joseph likes to keep the stream going or the chat going. I appreciate him. Joseph says, I know it may seem a lot of people have dropped Record of Ragnarok, but I've seen a lot of people still keeping up with it, like YouTuber called Seth the Sin. Still pretty into it, has made a lot of good videos. Good to know. Joseph said, yo, Odin is crazy in this series. He is. Let's go, Thor's back. 100%. Thor's that guy. I love that Thor not only holds respect for just Lu Bu, but also all the other human gods. Because once again, the man is a gladiator. The man is a warrior. And you need to put respect on what that fucking means. You step into that arena, you earn his respect. Right? So he says, by the way, in chapter 84.5, one of the extra chapters, Gol met Chun Yan. Oh, Quinn Chin, yeah. Adoptive mom. And she bumped into her boobs. Oh, really? That's kind of hilarious. Joseph said, just a funny scene I wanted to mention. That's cool. I didn't know there was an 84.5, but cool. Said, I love that Okita's crazy. I make those lines as he moves. Yeah, I love the trail of when he's serious. Joseph said, wow, I'm pretty proud of myself for putting it together that this round's theme is being passionate about one's craft, and in this case, it's swordsmanship. It's all good. It's absolutely cool. Realist Medell is in here. Hey, man. Been a long time. Said, Okita draws first blood. Because Okita is actually Sylvester Stallone the whole time. They drew first blood, Colonel. You know. He drew first blood. He drew first blood. You know, so, yeah. He's actually Rambo the entire time. But yeah, okay. Just quick short break, ladies and gentlemen. Then we'll jump straight into 89 and then caught up with the chat. And then we'll be caught up with Ragnarok. I can't see why 89 would be so terrible. I'm failing to see it. Once again, it's possible, but that's what I was led to believe, that 89 was shit. And I was like, oh yeah, I got to read that chapter. Meanwhile, I missed a whole other chapter. So, anyways, just a quick bathroom break and stuff, refill my water bottle, and then we'll jump into 89. Stay tuned. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's just jump right back in now that we're back. Nothing new in the chat. Perfect. Definitely only had about 4 or 5 people in here thus far. Once again, I still think that Record of Ragnarok has sort of diminished in popularity, but don't forget to hit that like button, guys. It always helps. So, if you're still in the stream. So, without further ado, shit. 1 sec. But without further ado, we're gonna jump into 89 here. We're going to jump into chapter 89. And I am positively optimistic that this chapter is going to be pretty good. So now that we're back into the fight. So boom, he actually does, and it's a brutal first hit. Opening page already on chapter 89 here. Brutal opening. Great art, just slash right across the center torso, giving him a good deal of damage. With his unexpected movements, Okita Soji delivers a dazzling blow with all his might. The most powerful sword god. Chapter 89, Boiling. Shit. Oh, Susanoo's actually like, oh, goddamn, that hurt. Susanoo no Mikoto is on his knees. All right, that's a pretty cool shot, too. Let's go. And Okita does, oh, yeah, Okita did the thing. Whoosh, as in to wipe off the excess blood off his sword. Just a quick whoosh. And he's just standing there all calm and collected. Let's go. And now he's smiling. He's smiling. Let's go. The demon child of the Shinsengumi. The sword of the strongest Hitorikuri of the Bakumatsu. The Manslayers. Technically, the 4 Manslayers were not the Shinsengumi. It was the Gensai guy. There were 4. The 4 Manslayers were the Hitokiri. And Shinsengumi members were not considered a member of the Hitokiri. There was only 4 of them. But either way, I mean, they're all manslayers. They all killed people. But, you know. Yeah, alright, Soji! Stop shouting. That's typical for Soji. So the Shinsengumi's all happy. We should be shouting. You hear that, God? Here is the man feared as the strongest in Kyoto. He's our sword. The sword of the Shinsengumi! And we've got the other swords. Shapeless. With a deadly aura, but without any murderous intent. Only a swordsman who has lived through countless life and death situations could reach this level. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. He's reached the pinnacle of swordsmanship where he can actually, as being described, it's shapeless. It's a form that can't be tracked easily. It's like with a deadly aura, without murderous intent until the moment it strikes. To be able to hide your presence in a world where every second people are using their sixth sense to find your murderous intent. To be an elite assassin is to hide that until the very moment of striking, even in front of your face. Oh, the battlefield was a part of his daily life. That's why his sword is so sharp. Okita Soji, what an impressive man, says Sasaki. Now we're with Gol and Brunhilde. To be able to slash the god of the sword himself, isn't it incredible? He really is amazing. Gol, it's still too early to celebrate. There is a God who knows the greatness of humanity better than anyone else, and that God is none other than Susanoo no Mikoto. Of course, because this whole thing is, as I said, his stance, his swordsmanship is compiled by watching and studying humanities techniques. That's how he became who he is. Why is Susanoo called the founder of the art of the sword? Could it be because of his title as God of the Sword? Or perhaps because of the myth of Amano Mirakumo? No. Nay. And he stands back up. I'm boiling over with excitement. Actually, Susanoo is the founder of the sword, not the founder of the art of the sword. Okay. Oh, there's a distinction. Let's go. We're doing a little bit of backstory here. So who is the founder of the art of the sword? And what is the art of the sword? Ancient Japan. Susanoo no Mikoto was born perfect. Yes, one of the 3. Along with Tsukiyomi and Amaterasu. He was the highest ranking noble god in Japanese mythology. Actually, that was his dad, but whatever. As requested, Susanoo defeated all the evil gods and demons with a single sword strike. True. Even though he was revered as the god of the sword, and also as the strongest Kamikiri. No big deal. His soul was always calm. One day, the creator god, Izangi, right, his dad, gave an order to the 3 noble gods he had created. His brother and his sister, yeah. Amaterasu, Okami, would rule over Takamagahara, the heavens. Tsukiyomi no Mikoto would rule over Anobara, the ocean. This is not correct. Amaterasu is the goddess of the sun. Tsukiyomi is, hence literally in the name, is the god of the moon. Susanoo is the god of the seas, actually. But whatever. Okay, yeah, okay. And we actually see them. They look, their faces are shrouded. Susanoo no Mikoto would reign over Ashihara no Nakatsukiyoni, the earth. Okay. And is he pissed at this? He says, no, as you wish. Okay, so one's going to rule over the ocean, one's going to rule over the heavens, and one's going to rule over the earth. I mean, okay, so we're going with the Triforce sort of description. Granted, this is only one version of how it went down. It's in the most popular one, right? Is that, Amaterasu is the sun goddess, and she also is the first line of emperors and stuff, right? They trace their lines back to her. And then Tsukiyomi, it's funny because they do have actually the sun and the moon in the background because that's what they're supposed to guard. Technically, yes, he does. He's the god of storms, so he's sort of ocean, earth is if you want to give heaven and hell away, or heaven, sun and moon, then kind of. But anyways. But alrighty, as you wish. Izamon. Susanoo descended to Izamon to govern the earth. Yeah. He exterminated the monsters that haunted the people and traveled the world. Oh, that's where he slayed the Yamato no Orochi, I'm assuming. Yeah. Oh, look in the background. There's what is depicted normally as the Kusanagi blade. Looks like a copper blade. Once again, a lot of people mistaking the Kusanagi blade as a katana. There'd be no way it would be a katana during that time because the katana was invented later, so it would be like a bronze sword or a copper sword of similar material. So yeah, okay, out of one of the tails. Yeah, I see that in the background. And there's, yes, of course, the ladies and stuff after he slayed them. Thank you so very much, Lord Susanoo. To fulfill his duty as god, he just swung his sword. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's true that I get it. He's the one who had the sword, but he didn't invent sword styles. He didn't invent art. All he did was hack away like a child, like with no swordsmanship. So now the guy is watching it, and he takes up, and he sees a stick. Right, he's holding a stick. I get it. Many years later, Susanoo stumbled upon a village and witnessed a scene that would completely change his life. Giant ogre, somebody trying to defend themselves. He's got a little sword. Why are you looking at me with those scared little eyes? You should start valuing your life more. Now leave this girl here and get out of here. I'm going to sell her as a valuable slave. Have mercy. Please have mercy. Stay behind me. Your brother will protect you and everything will be all right, as he shakes. But he's got a sword. The difference in strength was overwhelming. He's very brave, Susanoo looks on. The outcome was obvious. Or at least, that's what he thought. You insolent brat, I'm going to crush you. And boom, he's going to use swordsmanship. He lays it down. Susanoo's about to charge in. And he notices. Boom, and bam! He blocks the ogre's strike. What the? And he loses balance, I assume. Yep. Slam. And then, he deflected. And then, using the flow of power. Yep. Gravity to his advantage. And slam up to the uppercut. Yep. So this is where it is. It's not about overwhelming strength. You have a sword, but you're using it like a tool, like a brute. You could use your fists the same way. Susanoo was never using a sword the way a sword is meant for. He was using his sword as an extension of his arm, as a brawler, nothing more, as a tool. And slam, and Susanoo, and bam, down goes the ogre. After dodging his opponent's attack, he advanced and struck him down. This was the basic principle of swordsmanship among humans. However, Susanoo looks at, how did you do that? Huh? You just beat that big guy. He went gah, and then swoosh, and then he went boom. What was that? What was that? Yeah, all right. You know what? See, is this what people don't like? Because I like this. I like the fact that, yeah, he had the first sword. He's the guy, he's the god of the sword, the first god with the sword or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I got a sword, but it's like, all I got to do is this. I always win. And there's no art to it because he never needed skill. Technique wasn't a problem because he just overbearing power was the answer. But now he noticed something more. For someone who didn't have the overwhelming strength to just swing and win. What do you mean? It was just a sword. The sword that allows a little guy like me to fight a big guy like that. Exactly. In my village, we found different ways to use a sword. We always practice sword fighting together. Everyone uses swords? We even have a mural of the god Susa in my village. The god Susa, he's a god who saved humanity a long time ago. It's Susanoo. It seemed that Lord Susa defeated a monster much larger than himself with only a sword. The legend is so cool that everyone wants to be like him. And he's like, that's me. Aw, see, I like this. I like this. This is a god who's humble. He's been using his overwhelming power. He's not looking for followers. He's not looking for anything. And then he comes across something and he's like, well, this is obvious. He sees something he can't understand and he goes, all right, now what just happened doesn't make sense to me. I have to figure it out. And then he realizes that he's the inspiration for something amazing. I want to train even more with the sword so that I can be like him one day. He immediately goes away like, ugh. Because he's thinking, I'm not like these people. For the gods and for Susanoo, the sword was nothing more than a tool imbued with divine power to slay, and to slice his adversaries to pieces. Despite this, beings who believed themselves to be smaller and much weaker than the gods, you alright, sir? Ugh. And he's just like, oh, I want to be so... Created the art of killing stronger opponents using the sword. So humanity created the art of the sword. The gods had nothing to do with it. I have such shame in myself. What is the difference between my sword and those of these people? What is it? Right, it's the effort to learn. That's all. It's not enough, huh? Just sword. That word is not enough. It's not just a sword. The word sword is not sufficient. Jutsu art. That's it. It's kenjutsu. The art of the sword. To use it not as just, as it said, a way of, This is a good backstory. I like this. The art of the sword. Wah! And he pleaded with them to treat Susanoo Makoto, who is revered as the god of the sword, knelt before the nameless boy in the most natural way possible. Wait a minute, stop, what are you doing? You humans are incredible, and that's why I beg you to teach me the art of the sword. See, because he has the overwhelming power to just use the sword as he's been doing. But he just saw that the sword can be so much more. And technique and skill is what it's fascinating. It opened his eyes. It's a wonder to him. It's like, so I've been using this thing and it's worked, but it could be so much better. It could be so much more than just what I've been using it for, So, like, I like that. The fact that he doesn't need it, he's inspired by it. And he's just like, it's sort of like one of those things that, I don't know, it's sort of like if you use a pen just to fill out documents and somebody else uses a pen to write a novel. Or somebody else, or or uses it to draw an amazing story or tell a story, write a book. You know what I mean? You have the same paper, the same pencils, but you're not using them for greatness. You're using them for their minimum requirement, for the minimum standard. You're not using them for all that they can be. And Susanoo was inspired by this. This is actually a really humble, nice backstory. I like this. I really do like this. So Susanoo became the first god to seek counsel from humans. And then Takegamagahara, which is where Amaterasu, I believe, went. Temple of Amaterasu, there we are. Learning the sword with a human. You, the god of the sword. Have you lost your mind, Susanoo? 3 noble gods. Yeah, she looks like a bitch. No, you are mistaken, big sister. Huh? I'm wrong? It's not the sword, but the art of the sword. What? And there's Tsukiyomi, who's now... Idiot, 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 moron. Nobody cares. What are you talking about, you fool? Are you trying to pass yourself off as a human? Do you despise us, your big sister and me? Don't you dare play that game with me, you brat. Tsukiyomi. What is this mess? Have you gone mad? We would never seek help from inferior humans. Do you really think this attitude, which degrades the dignity of the gods, will be forgiven? Thinks, well, I figured you wouldn't accept it, so I have decided to abandon the 3 noble gods. Good for you, Susanoo. What the hell are you saying? Big sister Susanoo, he has really lost it. Susanoo, can I ask you something? Why are you so obsessed with this art of the sword? Because I'm boiling over. Boiling? Even though I was born as one of the 3 noble gods, the power of being called the god of the sword, the adoration of the people, all of this I had from the beginning. But the human's art of the sword is different. Those who do not possess what I mentioned must shed blood and sweat, and give everything they have to achieve what they want through hard and constant work. This is a guy born with everything, feeling like he hasn't earned it. And now he wants to have earned his power, not just being God-given. Fair enough. In truth, the art of the sword has no end. Once you have experienced something so interesting, you can't stop, can you? For the first time in my life, my heart is boiling over. And he was bored. He said everything, it was boring. He never smiled. He never, By the gods, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's nonsense. Complete nonsense. Makes no sense. Interesting, huh? Says Amaterasu. That works then. Do what you want, Susanoo. Huh? But big sister, however, asking humans to teach you something is a dishonorable act for a god. I will never let you set foot in Takegamagahara again. Susanoo, I sentence you to eternal exile. Huh? Susanoo, I agree. One last thing. As for the dignity of other gods, I will not allow you to receive direct instructions from humans, nor expose yourself to them. You can only learn. Is that acceptable? Thank you, big sister. So he never had a master. He simply watched all the time, I'm assuming. Thus, Susanoo no Makoto was forever... I hate that they keep spelling it different in the translation. They have him as Susanoo with 2 O's, then it's Susanoo with 1 O. It's annoying. Thus, Susanoo no Makoto was forever banned from Takegamagahara by the gods. Having such a foolish little brother is quite complicated. From that moment, Susanoo traveled the world hiding his true identity. Oh, and he went as a bird and... Okay. The art of the sword continued to be deepened by humanity, and he watched it all. For decades, centuries, millennia, both in the East and in the West. The art of the sword that sword masters created at the cost of their lives. He studied it tirelessly, absorbing the principles of this art to the fullest. That's it. That's a good strike. Let's go. Like this. Okay, so he did watch Okita. And look at him. He looks pretty manly with the beard and just nothing, like, none of the stuff. And look, he's got the blade. Yeah, let's go. Only interested in moments that would make his heart boil. In Kyoto of the Bakuman. Alright, we're back from the backstory. Let's go. It was a good backstory. Like, this once again, this round has been better than the last three. Already, it's better. Especially with the in-between with Odin and Thor. In Kyoto of the Bakumatsu, I watched the politics, the thoughts, and everything they were doing or saying. The art of the sword was at the center of it all. It was truly something incredible. You really love swordsmanship, don't you? Yes, and now Okita Soji, the strongest Hitokuri in history. I never thought the day would come where I could fight you to the death. Ha, that's why I would like to thank you. Now. Oh, he's got a stance. I want to make you boil. And look at that sword. That sword is so damn cool. That was an excellent ass. Yeah, 89 was great. I don't know what the fuck. 89 was great. Hit that like button, everybody, because that's chapter 88 and 89. I'm sorry I'm late with them. I really am. I got to make sure I'm on time for chapter 90, because Record of Ragnarok, I'm not going to say it's 100% back, but if the chapters keep going like this, then we're almost back, baby. This has been the best round in the last three. Easy. Fuck the Tesla fight was okay. And of course the Leonidas fight was, so immediately better. So yeah, let's go. So Joseph, in the chat, we got Joseph saying, what's with this whole Manslayer nickname? Is there a real life history behind it that Okita's connects to? There were the four Hitokuris, the Manslayers. They were on the opposite side of the Shinsengumi. Well, they were one of the factions, but there were four of them. It's what Kenshin was based off of. Gensai was one of them. There was a few of them. Anyway, they were notorious samurai assassins who racked up a shit ton of kills. They were a force of nature on their own. So yeah, they were called Manslayers. There were the four Manslayers. Okita and the Shinsengumi, Saito, all them, they were not considered. They were called by their name, Shinsengumi, captains and stuff. They were not considered Manslayers, though they were all killers. But Manslayers were, yeah. It's a different name. Joseph said, did they mistranslate Tsukiyomi to a sea god instead of a moon god? Maybe. Tsukiyomi's the moon god. Well, they also mistranslated. Anyways, doesn't matter. Joseph said, it's interesting that the mangaka decided to take the narrative of having so much power that you can do so much with so little effort, but having room to improve by learning skill and technique. Like, that's the thing. He doesn't need the skill and technique. He wants it. He wants to learn, once again. It's sort of like if you took a billionaire. He's got everything he could ever want. He's got a beautiful wife, kids, all the hookers he could want, all the cocaine he could want. He's got everything, right? Whatever billionaires do. But he all of a sudden sees somebody painting and he's inspired to learn how to paint. He doesn't have to paint. He's got everything in life he could want. But he wants to learn how to paint. He wants to learn how to ride a horse. He wants to learn how to drive a NASCAR. It becomes this thing that it's not that you need it. It's something that inspires you. It's what inspires all creation. Every mangaka, every comic book artist, every inventor, everyone has inspiration. And that's the theme here, is passion and inspiration beyond needing it or having to have it. It's simply the passion to be inspired is more than anything. Seems to be the theme here, and I really like it. Realist Mandel said, the only people I've seen hate this chapter was Dio and Iron. Yeah, I got the hatred from Dio and Iron as well, to be fair. So, yeah. I don't get why they hate it. I don't get why. I guess I'm going to find out, because I didn't want to be spoiled. So, Joseph said, I don't completely get why people say this is a bad chapter. I thought it was good. It was great. I like it. Joseph said, really? I thought the Tesla fight was one of the top tier fights. Like, the choreography and the powers were great. I just really don't like Beelzebub. And he was, I was so sick of him by the time we got to his fight and during the fight, that I just didn't give enough of a shit. That was the problem with that fight. The fight on paper was fine. It's the fact that Beelzebub was in that goddamn fight. Hades versus Tesla would have been way better. But yeah. Realist Mandela said, well, Iron didn't say what his problems were with the round. Oh, no? Well, that's too bad. Joseph said, by the way, little off topic from Record of Ragnarok, have you been watching Super Sentai? Because I've been watching Lupin Ranger versus Patra Ranger, and I'm really into it. No, I don't watch Super Sentai. I watched when Super Sentai came over here as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, fucking back in when I was a kid. And I watched up until Wild Force. And that was pretty much the last that I ever watched of Super Sentai and or Power Rangers. So I watched a lot. I watched Mighty Morphin, all their seasons, which was a lot. And then I watched Zeo. I never really watched Turbo, but then I did watch Space, Lost Galaxy, some of Lightspeed Rescue. Really got into Time Force. I really like Time Force and Wild Force. I might be missing one there, but yeah. Never super got into Turbo. Turbo was the one I sort of skipped. I only watched a little bit of Zeo, to be fair, too. I was ticked when they started moving, like Billy wasn't the Blue Ranger anymore, and Jason and Zach and everybody were gone, so that kind of bothered me into the later Mighty Morphin. And then afterwards, when it was Zeo and stuff, and we got rid of Kimberly and stuff, and I was just like, So, Joseph said, so the true theme of the round is being passionate for one's craft and being inspired to learn and improve. Exactly. There's no need for Susanoo to learn the art of the sword. He's inspired by it. He's passionate about it because he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. It's a desire. He wants it because he sees it, and he sees it as something that is just to be inspired by. It's the long and short of it. It's all about inspiration. At least that's what I think the theme is. That's what I think the theme of this this fight is going to be. It's all about, the theme of this fight is passion and inspiration for that passion. They're sort of linked, but I can see both. There's an argument for both, but I'll just go off with both. Anyways, yeah, so the stream's been over an hour, which is perfect. Hour and 13 minutes, and I'm getting really hungry. So, yeah, guys, definitely hit that like button on the stream, and the VOD thumbnail change, of course. I always change the VOD thumbnail. Definitely check it out, because I'll be changing that sometime today. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm just really sorry that I missed the drop of Chapter 88. I don't know how I missed it. When I saw 89 dropped, I assumed that was the next one, that I had already done 88, but man. Sometimes that happens with monthly releases, and when there's delays with translations and stuff, you forget which number you left off on and stuff, so it's fine. But yeah, thanks guys so much for watching, definitely. And once again, hit that like button. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I think Valkyrie is only going up from here. If this round is anything to go off of, and if the next round is just as good, then I think we're back to cooking. I think we had a big enough lull in the series that now we're back to some really good shit. Good character designs, good character motivations, good fighting, good choreography. Just everything so far, I don't find fault yet. I haven't found fault. I just really haven't. So, anyways, I like it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below and stuff. And we'll see you guys back here next time for the next chapter. Chapter 90 of Shuumatsu no Valkyrie, also known as Record of Ragnarok. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too. And hopefully this is the last couple of days of my cold. I'm feeling a lot better. That bedridden cold kicked my ass. It really did on Tuesday and Wednesday. I was in a bad way. But anyways, yeah. Looking forward to Chapter 90 whenever it comes out next month. So I assume next month anyways. But yeah. So sayonara everybody. Have a good one. Have a good weekend.